Yeah, you been scarred, but you a czar, you can crawl to the grave. I know that a lion's inside, sleeping in your heart. Step back and remember who you are.
What up, Pride? It's your boy Amari, back again with another reaction video. Today we are getting into what I thought were going to be deleted songs, but apparently not. As you guys know, I'm just going through and reacting to everything that you guys told me to, and today we're reacting to demo songs and deleted parts of songs that did make it. So my bad, I told you the wrong thing in the last video, but that's what we're doing today. It's very exciting. I had you guys compile together a bunch of stuff for me to react to, and so we're just gonna go down that list of stuff reacting to. This is the first stuff for today, and from what I can tell, it's demos. So super exciting. Really enjoyed the performances at the White House. We have some more performances coming in the future, but for today, demos. Furthermore, I got this super cool Hamilton shirt sent to me, as you can kind of see. It has my name on it with the Hamilton logo. Super dope. It was actually made by one of you guys, the viewers. Carol, thank you so much for sending the shirt to me. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna leave a link to her Etsy shop where she makes these shirts down in the description down below. If you guys want a shirt of your own, definitely make sure to check out her Etsy shop. This is not a paid promotion. I'm not getting any money to plug her shop. I just really appreciate the gift so much, and her shirts are awesome. So if you want one, definitely make sure to check out the link in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get into this video, and I'll be seeing all of you guys on the other side.
And every day while slaves were being slaughtered or carted away across the waves, our Hamilton kept his guard up.
When he was 10, his father split full of shit, debt-ridden. 2 years later, see Mulligan and his mother bedridden, half dead, sitting in their own sick, the scent thick.
The ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed his rep, America forgot him. And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
Wait! Alexander Hamilton!
Interesting. The first two changes aren't that big from our Hamilton struggled. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Our Hamilton kept his guard up is what I think the original line was. And then it turns into he struggled and kept his guard up. I like the flow of the new line better than the original line. The original line starts off with like a 4-syllable part. Our Hamilton, that's 4 syllables, versus he struggled is 3. He struggled and kept his, that's another 3, guard up. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. I just like the flow of that better than 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2. But I also did like a descending syllable thing in my own version of my shot. So like it can work, and this isn't bad per se, but I just like the flow in that moment for this line having a 3-syllable starter. And it doesn't change the meaning by not having the he struggled in there, but it definitely furthers the point of all the difficulties he went through to get to where he is. Then you have this part. It's really the same thing, just one of them is more family friendly, changes nothing about the line. Like, it sounds the same, it's the same amount of syllables, everything is the same except one has to go on Disney Plus and the other can go on Disney Channel. So yeah, what was the last one? Oh, the ending of the song. I'm trying to remember like there was something abrupt about the ending. I remember feeling like, oh, this is ending way. Oh, and there was like the huge harmony of like the weight at the end. I thought the harmony of the weight was pretty cool, but obviously I really like Alexander Hamilton. My favorite part of that song is the end of that song, so I really enjoy the direction they took it in. That part removed where they go through and like say all of their relation to him. Burr still says that he's the one who shot him, but leading up into that, in the version that we eventually got, we get everybody else's connection to him, and I like that better. One, because of all of like the different ways that you can spin it. I already did that in my actual reaction to the Hamilton musical itself in the final part. But 2, because it shows that it's Hamilton's life and his impact was more than just his duel with Burr, and I feel like that is what the Hamilton musical does so well. It doesn't just remind you of this fun fact of one of the founding fathers killed another one of the founding fathers. It instead tells you the life of this great man who accomplished so much, and also had a lot of mess ups, and some of those mess ups caused people to dislike him, and some of those people who disliked him went on to kill him. You know, it feels bigger, and I feel like that fits the overall approach of what Hamilton the musical does, because it didn't have to be that way. Does that mean, like, I don't know that it would have been as interesting if they spent the entire musical on just the battle, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it could have been entirely a political drama about Burr and Alex, and while it is very much that, it is also so much more than that, which I think makes the story more compelling, and the newer version of the song drives that home, or at least highlights that better by denoting all of these different ways that he impacted all of these different people / characters, and then it just becomes so much more interesting, like when you flip and turn it based off like the dual casting of stuff. You get the point. So yeah, I like all of the changes that were made more, except like the full of it line. Like that's not really a change, but it's smart, like the way he was able to censor that line, but also it doesn't really change the line as far as like its impact. The other two, though, I feel like narratively and just like song wise are better now.
The ship is in the harbor now, see if you can spot him. Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed his rep, America forgot him. Me, I'm the damn fool that shot him.
Alexander Hamilton!
I like that little reverb delay after the wait. Wasn't a gunshot, but it kind of gives you like an echoey, you hear the gunshot of Burr shooting Alex reverberating through whatever field or whatever they dueled on. That would have been cool if they kept that part in. But yeah, I agree. Hearing it again, I do feel like it's so much more abrupt. I'm just like, me. Oh yeah, you are the guy who shot. Okay, yeah. Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. And then so, you know, like the little reverb tail off the little bullet or whatever, and then Alexander Hamilton, song over. So yeah, I stand by that. There will probably be some people who like this ending better, but I definitely like the other ending better that we ended up getting.
You wanna get ahead?
Yes.
Fools who run their mouths off wind up dead.
Yo.
I said,
Yo. I said, I'm John Lawrence in the place to be. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who is this guy? What's he gonna do? I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I'm amazed and astonished.
It sounded like somebody still said kid in there. The screen says that the change is from guy to kid, and I definitely hear somebody say guy, but I also hear somebody in the background say kid. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because I feel like that might have gotten changed because they just kept messing it up so much. Like some of you guys who like are creatives might understand where I'm going with this, but like sometimes you're working on something like a song that I'm working on now that will be coming out in a few weeks. There was a part in it that I intended to do one way, and for the life of me, I recorded that part 100 times. Like literally, it was 97 times. I recorded it so many times, and I got it right like 3 times. And I'm like, if I'm ever gonna perform this song, I can't do it this way. But the other 94 times I did it was in this other way that still made sense. And I was like, for whatever reason, my brain clearly wants to do it this other way, even though that's not how I wrote it. So I'm gonna just do it that other way and go with it. I said all that to say that this could be a situation where they just kept messing it up. Instead of saying guy, they kept saying kid. And then they eventually was like, okay, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna say kid. We're gonna go with it. And it also fits because like Alex is a teenager at this point. I'm gonna go back and make sure I didn't just like hear that, because my brain could be inputting like the version that it's familiarized with now, but it feels like maybe 2 of them said guy and then like somebody else said kid, and it's just like, bruh, are you okay? All y'all just say kid, because clearly he gonna keep saying kid. That would be like an interesting little piece of lore, and that happens all of the time in music and other acting, so on and so forth. So dope.
Yo.
I said,
Yo. I said, I'm John Lawrence in the place to be. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who is this guy? What's he gonna do? I probably shouldn't brag, but dag,
I think it might be, is that Diggs in the background? Somebody definitely says kid there. You heard it. I know you heard it. It wasn't just me. I'm not crazy. I am, but not this time.
What's he gonna do? I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I amaze and astonish. The scholars say I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word. I drop knowledge, I'm a diamond in the rough. A shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech, unimpeachable. 17 years old, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder.
Anarchy, how you say?
I said demo in the intro. Maybe I should have said workshop. I don't know what the difference between the demos and the workshop is, but like the file that I got sent to react to said demo on it. So don't blame me, blame the people who made this. Anyway.
I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I amaze and astonish. The scholars say I got a lot of brain.
Yeah, okay, so right there, does he say the scholars say I got a lot of brain but no polish? Or does he say the Skylers say, like, do you get him? Like, is that a reference to his eventual in-laws? The Skylers, referencing like the elites, like kind of like how now we'd be like, oh, the Kennedys, or oh, the Smiths, or whoever, like how people say keeping up with the Joneses, like that kind of thing. Is that what that is? Or is he saying, am I overthinking it? Which it's me, so probably am. But he could just be saying scholars. Is scholars in my version or his version? It's definitely one of the versions of my shot has scholars in it. I know that I say scholar. I got a scholar just to be heard with every word. I drop knowledge.
Wrong. The problem is I got golden polish but not accomplished. I got a scholar just to be heard, every ponder observe, my power is knowledge.
Hold on. My brain wants to smash my version and his version together. Does this say scholar? No. I got a holler just to be heard with every word I drop knowledge. Yeah, so I say scholar. The only scholar in this song is I'm gonna get a scholarship to King's College. Oh, interesting. So we both had the same idea, but he took it, he removed it, and I kept it. Dope. Nice. You guys probably don't understand why that makes me happy, but like, imagine you had a similar idea to Lynn. That would be dope, right? Okay, that's how I feel. So, interesting. I wish that my brain didn't smash the two songs together so I didn't have to look that up to remember it. But yeah, if he says, the scholars say I got a... Hold on, what did he say? The scholars say I got a lot of brain but no polish. That's cool, because then that means we would have used the same word in that rhyme scheme. And if he says Skylar instead of scholar, then that would be cool, because it would be like a referencing the elites of his society, kind of talking down on him. But those elites that, like the example that he used, would then go on to be his family, which is dope. Ignore my stomach growling. I told you guys that I often don't eat before I go film, and this is one of those days. Don't yell at me, okay? Today has been crazy. But either way, whether it's Scholar or Skylar, my brain is very pleased with that. I like both versions. I actually maybe like this. This is different than the Alexander Hamilton song, because I do genuinely like this version better than the version that we ended up getting. One, it adds an additional rhyme into it. Let me think, because there might be some alliteration going on there. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. Oh yeah, okay, I get it. I like that version too. So the problem, P, and then the line ends off with a P word, which is polish. So there's like a little bit of alliteration going on there. But scholar would rhyme with holler in the next line. So either you have an internal rhyme between that line and the following line, or you have an internal alliteration between the P's on those words. It's a choice between like which kind of word trick you want to use. Of course, Lin uses both a lot throughout the course of this song and the musical, but he just chose to use a different word trick in this line. I don't have a problem with that, but I do like the scholar line, the scholar word in that line, which is literally why I used it. But yeah, super cool. And if it's Skylar, either way, Skylar and holler still rhyme because it's the rhyme at the end.
Probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I amaze and astonish. The scholars say I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word. I drop knowledge, I'm a diamond in the rough. A shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech, unimpeachable. 17 years old, but my
Oh,
mind.
yeah, that's another thing. I got so off on the word. I forgot that he did this. Was the musical originally covering a larger span of time? Did he mess up here? Did he write it as 17 when then like went back and fact checked and is like, oh, he was actually 19 during the period I'm talking about? Did he change it to 19 because like it rhymes? But let me know what you guys think or know about the change of age from 17 to 19 right here in this part, because it's not insignificant. It's 2 years of difference of time. That is a lot when somebody does this much in their life in such a short period. So yeah, I'm curious about that.
I used to say anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shots.
But we'll never be truly free until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. You and I, do or die. Wait till I sally in on a stallion with the first black battalion. Time to take a shot. Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads and local parentis. I'm joining the rebellion because I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm going to take a shot.
Bird, check what we got.
Okay, I was about to be like, no, I know y'all ain't cut my boy Hercules. Hercules.
Oh, Hercules.
Anyway, y'all, most of y'all ain't gonna get that reference, but that's okay. For those of y'all who know, for those of y'all who know, you know. Anyway, sorry. I was about to be hot. I was like, y'all, I know y'all ain't cut my boy Hercules out the whole group. He out the Sons of Anarchy. Nah, they just switched up. I can't say that I like this version better or worse than the version we got because my brain is just used to the other version. So obviously I think the other version with the swapped sections of the verse fits better. It happens. Again, as a songwriter, like sometimes I will swap the entire first part of the verse to the last part of the verse and push the last part up. Sometimes I will write something that is meant to be the chorus of the song, and I will turn that into the verse because it just feels like it flows better as a verse. It happens. I'm not that I'm trying to attack him on any other change, but I can't attack him for this because like I understand this. I'm glad that Hercules was not cut out of it. Y'all faked me out there with the video, okay? But yeah, I was gonna be rioting in the name of my boy Mulligan, but rioting Mulligan. Okay, you see what I'm doing there? Anyway, no, he's still in there. He just got pushed to the back of the bus. So crazy comment. Anyway, let's continue.
It's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm going to take a shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds that God would put us all in one spot? Popping a squad of conventional wisdom, like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Shit, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited. Shoot on.
Okay, with that one, we had another not chocolate ice cream emoji removed from the song. Instead goes shh, which I don't know if that's a Disney thing or if that's just they just removed. They just censored him a little bit. I like the feel of the shh, because it flows very well into the, oh, am I talking too loud? You know, it gives that library vibe. I don't know if y'all ever been the loud kid in the library. Ironically, I was not the loud kid in the library. I know that's very shocking to you, but I do have an extreme ability to focus on like very minute details, if you haven't noticed. And that also lends to like reading and things of that nature. So if I'm in the library, I'm not the loud one in the library, but we have all been in the library and heard that loud person where the librarian came over and very violently shushed them into oblivion, made them feel like the most insignificant person on earth, as they should. Shame on you. Go be loud outside. Anyway, I also liked the hype. So I like that change from the original to what we eventually got. I like that change better. What I am sad that they took out is the hyping on the, it felt very like battle rappy. If you ever watched like an actual battle rap, I'm not talking about like famous rappers pretending that they hate each other for views and likes and all of that stuff. No, I'm talking about like actual battle rap. Two dudes standing in the street in the cold with like 30 people around them, hyping them. It's a common part of battle rap where like people will predictively figure out where you're going with the line based off the rhyme scheme. And like everybody would like collectively say it together. They were doing that a lot during Hamilton's part. I don't remember. One of them is shot, but whatever it is, like the final word for the rhyme scheme at the end, they're all collectively saying it in unison to emphasize it. And I really, really like that part of rapping. I like them paying homage to that part of rapping with that part. And I wish that they would have continued to do it in the version that we eventually got. Now, why didn't they? I don't know. It could have been to further emphasize the fact that Hamilton was on a completely different level than everyone else. Like, they couldn't anticipate where he was going with his line because they couldn't anticipate where his mind would go. He was just so far beyond everybody else that he was playing a different game, so to speak. That's one theory. What's another theory? They may have taken it out just to give everybody else a breather. What's another reason? I don't know. Those are the only two theories I can come up with off the top of my head on why they removed that. But point is, with the two changes for this part of my shot, I like the oh, am I talking too loud? That they eventually went to, especially because you still get the vibe of it with the part. And then it's not that I dislike it, but I wish they would have kept the part, which I'll go back and you'll hear it again, where like everybody is collectively hyping him and amping him as they say the in rhyme word in unison.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds that God would put us all in one spot? Popping a squad and conventional wisdom, like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Shit, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited. Shoot on. I said shout it to the rooftops. To the rooftops. Let's go. Rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Oh, this shit make my people wanna rise up. Rise up. I know the action is.
Yo, okay. One, there are a lot of S words, not chocolate ice cream emojis. Dog, bull. You know the word I'm saying. There's a lot of those that have been censored in the version that we ended up getting. Like 10,000 of them that have been removed from all different parts of this initial song, which is interesting because it's not like they censored all of them. They just took out some of them. But that's not why I was smiling. That's a reference to a song that I don't even know when it came to the early 2000s, whatever. It's a hip hop song. Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of the song, but it's by Busta Rhymes and Pharrell. It's some alcohol brand is the name of the song. Type in Busta Rhymes featuring Pharrell. They ain't got that many songs together. It's past the something, past the course of all. I don't drink alcohol, okay? And I was like 2 when the song came out, so I don't remember the name, but the intro of that song starts with something that's very similar to that, but I can't sing it because I'm trying for the life of me to not get this video demonetized. But that is a direct reference to that. Maybe if I play it, then this video will definitely get demonetized. If I sung it, I have a less likelihood of getting it demonetized. Don't this make my one up? Yeah, see, it don't hit the same if I don't say. That's why they put cuss words in songs, okay? That's why censorship is stupid, because the cuss words add to it, okay? It's like extra seasoning on the sauce, but whatever. Anyway, the point is, that's a reference to a Busta Rhymes song that I would just like link the name of. If you want to go listen to it and like hear what he's referencing there, you can. But I liked that reference embedded into this song here. I get why they removed it, but at the same time, that's hype. Okay, if you know the original song, which right now it makes it seem like I don't know the original song, but I do know the song. And if you do know the song that he is referencing, that's dope. Shout out to Busta. Past the Courrevar? Is this French? What is it? What alcohol brand is? I know it's alcohol. Oh, God, Voldemort is on this song. He Who Shall Not Be Named is on this song. My brain totally like retconned that he's in it. I could have sworn that it was just Busta Rhymes and Pharrell on this song. Don't cancel me, okay? Yikes. Anyway, yeah, past the... I'm literally looking at the name of the song and I still can't pronounce that. I feel like I did a good enough job of reminding you guys I'm not French in the actual reaction series to the musical. So we shall move on. But yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's hype. If they would have kept that, I would have been hype. The way they changed it into something else, I thought it was hype. I get why they changed it, but at the same time, both versions slap.
Rise up. Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Don't this shit make my people wanna rise up? Rise up! I know the action.
That's hard, bro. That's hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I know whatever the censorship body is that be censoring stuff and be, people be pearl clutching or whatever. It's hard. It goes hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yes. The answer to the question is yes. It does make me want to rise up. Okay. I'm hyped. Don't it make you want to jump? Yes, it does. Okay, it does. It's hard. Man. Okay. Sorry. I needed to get that out my spirit real quick before I went on to the next thing. But yeah. They did. I think if Bus heard that, he would be hyped. That's cool. That's cool with me. Okay, it's hard.
I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. The first time I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Yo, I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
The instrumentation on the version that we eventually get is obviously incredible, but I also really just like this bass note shit they got going on here.
But Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation.
Yeah, that's hard. And also because the instrumentation is stripped back, it's pulling you in, or your attention in to what it is that he is saying. And so you really get how hard he's going on this part of the song, or really on this whole song, but on this particular part of the song. Again, I can't, they're both great for different reasons. Does that make sense? One is just musically great, and you still get the impact of the song, but when it's just him rapping with a piano and a little bit of a violin in there, does that make sense? It's not hollow, it's focused. Does that make sense? At least to me. And so, yeah, I really like that version too. I feel like you can't really mess up this song though. This song is that great. It would have to be a whole new song for it to suck, is what I'm saying. So, I'm biased. I've been clear on that, okay? At least when I'm biased, I tell y'all. But it goes hard. It goes hard. New version, old version. It's my version, your version, everybody's version of this song goes hard. So, yeah. It's great.
Passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. Laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. The first time I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Yo, I'm just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. We gonna rise up, time to take a shot. We gonna rise up, time to take a shot. We gonna rise up, time to take a shot. Rise up, time to take a shot. Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
What the heck?
We gonna rise up, time to take a shot. Rise up, time to take a shot. Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am
Interesting. Oh, okay. Now I see demo. Okay. All right. I'm Pete now. I don't know what the workshop is, what that means. It sounded like there were people clapping, so it sounded like they were legit performing, and also they had what sounded like all of the actors there, or at least most of them, for those songs. So yeah, let me know. Fill me in on the whole workshop bits. The ending of the song, I don't like it as much. It felt abrupt. I don't know if that's just like the editing on this video or if that's like the actual songs themselves, but the ending of this song and the ending of Alexander Hamilton felt more abrupt. And I like the more drawn out, excessive nature of the versions that we went on to get. They're musically, they still make sense in these original versions, but they're better now. They're better now. Like, what you want me to say? I tell y'all what I be thinking, what I be feeling, okay? Some of y'all don't like it. I don't care. My name on the channel, not your name. This about what I think, and I think is better, okay? I think it's better. So, yeah, I don't like those as much at all. But also, again, you have to keep in mind, musically, I am also like this. Like, I tend to, the way I talk, the way I think is also the way I create my songs. And so my songs, the intros are long, the verses are long, the songs are long, the outros are long. Like, it's just, I'm going to musically develop the idea until I think it's done, not just to keep it short so it streams well, if that makes sense. And so now, if the song achieves the point in a short amount of time, it doesn't have to be long. I get that. I'm not just dragging stuff out just for the sake of dragging stuff out, but I think that certain musical elements and ideas are heightened by further exploring them. And so it's kind of like in story writing, when people would be like, oh, this movie was good, but the writing felt rushed, like it would benefit from an extra 15, 30 minutes of footage, and then you watch like the director's cut, which is longer and it's better. That's how I feel about these songs. I feel like we got what would be the equivalent of a director's cut in the actual musical itself, which, thank God. And these versions feel like the cut down version to get it into movie theaters so that they can have as many showings as possible. It's a weird analogy, but hopefully you guys kind of get what I'm trying to say. The concepts musically benefited from the extra space to develop. I really appreciate that they did that. I really appreciate that they noted that and was like, hey, make it longer. Like, we don't care. Make it longer and it will be better. And it was. Because it's very easy to cut stuff out and remove stuff for the sake of like breath or for the sake of money, the sake of ease, time, scheduling. But they went the opposite direction. They further developed the concept. They added more meat on the bone and the meal got better.
Throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I just got a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but dang, I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard, and with every word I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, a shiny piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech is unimpeachable. 17 years old, but my mind is older as these New York City.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't.
The rough, a shiny piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech is unimpeachable. 17 years old, but my mind is older as these New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I have learned to manage. I ain't got a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. Yo, it's the A-L-E.
Okay, so obviously quite a bit of changes here, mostly instrumentation wise. Obviously, with this not being like live instrumentation, it's going to sound different. I don't know what year this would be from. That would also impact the sound of things, like the technology available to Lynn and Alex in the compositionary stage of this. I like the version we eventually got better, but I also find this like very, very interesting. I also like the harmonies and stuff that he's adding with himself, but that's a whole other thing. The bass line is like this like super weird synth based thing that I'm actually like digging a lot. The mixing on this, because the demo is not the best, so like at certain points the orchestral parts are like drowning out Lynn's actual vocals, which not ideal when like the stuff you're saying is that hard. The people need to know what my boy's saying. Okay, he's spitting some good stuff, and so they need to hear that. But it's a demo, like it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to get the point across. But I do think the instrumentation benefited over the course of like the hammering out and reworking. I love that they release this stuff. Like a lot of artists don't, and by a lot of artists I mean like yeah boy, I'll be having like 20 versions of the same song by the time it's released to the public. The very, very few people who get to hear the songs prior to their release, they'll be like, what happened? This is a whole new song. So yeah, I get it. And most artists don't ever release their alternate versions, the first drafts, the second drafts. I've heard what feels like 5 drafts of Alexander Hamilton at this point, and that's really cool. And I don't know if that's like, if that was the intention all along, or if just people were just like so clamoring for more Hamilton stuff that they were just like, give us everything. And Lin was like, okay. But either way, I think that this is super cool. Definitely a peek behind the curtain as far as like the creative decisions made, like when you do a compare and contrast, A being of the song itself. We got that 17 years old thing again. So that was like definitely, that was not an accident. That was intentional. That 17 years old, time frames were shifted from back then to actually releasing it, which is interesting. I would love to hear more about that choice. But overall, lyrically, this sounds about the same so far. And it's mostly like the instrumentation that seems to be different here.
They shouldn't brag, but they got amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard, and with every word I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, a shiny piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech is unimpeachable. 17 years old, but my mind is older. As these New York City streets get colder, I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I have learned to manage. I ain't got a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. Yo, it's the ALEXANDER. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keeps shitting on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. When King George turns around and runs a spending spree, and he ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in the century. Enter me, he said in parentheses. Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if the sense is free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy, and I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Okay, so on that Enter Me, I don't know if y'all saw that. It scared the censored word out of me. That was crazy. We had John Adams make an appearance on the Enter Me. That was intense, my guy. I was not prepared for that. My brain immediately went into vibing mode, and I just started having a good time again. And then he grabbed me. He grabbed me and said, "Enter me," like Monster House. That's such a weird reference. Why did my brain go to Monster House? I don't know. That's a great movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's a good analogy though. If you've ever seen Monster House, you can be like, no, he's spitting. That's for real. Anyway, yeah, this is so interesting. Musically, it's all of the same general ideas, but mixed differently and developed differently. That it feels more synthetic because it is, but overall, we still have like the same horn stabs, the same like electric piano section over the top playing the main melody. Same general idea baseline wise. I think the bass progression is a bit different, but same general feel to it. It's all just, it's the same meal, but the recipe is a little bit different, you know? And so very interesting. That Enter Me section scared the dickens out of me though. So yeah, we're gonna go back, but I like this. I like that he did this. I know that I would never do something like this, but I love that he did it. Like it's very cool when it's someone else's brainchild that I'm seeing developed and not like my meticulous perfectionist nature being put on full display. Like, dude, you changed how many pieces of the song? Like, yeah. But I don't know if that makes sense to people. But I like seeing the development of the song, of all of these songs over time. Especially because, like, you know, like how genius it became in the end. You can see certain parts of the genius were already there, were always there. Like the rhyme scheme, certain sections of the lyrics, like most of the lyrics seem to be the same. But then like going back to like previous parts, I appreciate that it feels like most of the changes that they made were for the better. Sometimes when you see changes that were made, you're like, why did you get rid of that? And I did a little bit of that in this video, but for the most part, I'm like, I get it. Even if I like disagree with some of them, I get the changes. Or I'm just straight up like, no, the new version is better. It's better. What do you want me to say? So maybe it's easier to release previous drafts when you know the version that you ended up settling on is just that great. You know, I think it's easier when the final is a masterpiece. It's like, I don't even care if you see like the initial sketch because it turned into the Mona Lisa, which, by the way, it's not my favorite painting ever, but it's the most famous painting ever. So you get the point.
Runs a spending spree, and he ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in the century. Enter me. He said in parentheses, don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if the sets is free. Eventually you'll see my ascendancy, and I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am Hercules Mulligan, a tailor spying on the British government. I take the measurements, information, and then I smuggle it up to my brother's revolutionary covenant. I'm running with the Sons of Liberty, and I am loving it. Britain is hustling and bustling, and we are suffering, so we started Tea Party tussling. We knocked the stuffing out of any English muffin kid. You know my Irish temper hotter than an oven get. The king is huffing and puffing, but he just bluffing it. That big bad British wolf ain't blowing nothing in. This British soldier, he tried to hand me a sum of shit. I cursed his mother, turned around and wiped my butt with it. I'm only joking, but you see how deep the trouble get. They take our money, then expect us to put up with it. And hungry as a brother get, I be seeing colors, man. Soon I have a screaming, please, Hercules Mulligan, please stop.
Okay, so soon I have a screaming, please, Hercules Mulligan. I like that. I like this whole Mulligan section is fire. Obviously, I mean, they said it on screen, but they took the part from Hercules' part where he's introduced as the spy from Yorktown, and they put it in My Shot, which makes sense because Yorktown also has a My Shot, like there's a My Shot motif in Yorktown, and I think it's actually right before Hercules Mulligan comes in. So that makes sense why that is the case if that part was originally in the original My Shot. That's super interesting. Also, My Shot being more of a communion song of other people being more involved in it. Now, I don't know if all of this extra part is Hercules or if just certain parts of this is Hercules. Doesn't really matter. The point is, it's not just Alex, which I know that technically the middle section of My Shot is other people chiming in. It starts off with like Lafayette, and then I think it goes Lawrence, Mulligan, Burr, then back to Alex for a long time. And then everybody comes in with like harmonies on the end parts when they're talking about like Rise Up and all of that, right? But what I mean is like this feels like an extended section of the song is either all Mulligan or mostly not Hamilton, which in My Shot, because most of the rapping parts of the song, most of the verses of the song are Alex. To me, at least, it feels like Alex's song with cameos from other characters versus this feels more like, I don't know, Alexander Hamilton or Yorktown or like one of the other songs that doesn't feel like it's primarily an Alex song. Like, for example, Schuyler Sisters, even though Burr is in it, does not feel like it's Burr's song. Does that make sense? And I'm saying that while being on the record that one of my favorite parts of that song is Burr's part in that song. Y'all didn't see me like dance and rap to it a bunch of times. Every time it comes up, I freak out because I love that song. But that doesn't feel like Burr's song. The room where it happens feels like Burr's song. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, My Shot feels like an Alex song, at least for me, versus this version feels less Alex-centric, even though technically both versions have parts from other characters in them. And so that's interesting. I really, really like the version of My Shot that we got, if that's not clear. But I also really like this part. I don't know who's kicking the stuffing out of the English muffins. Like, I don't know what character said that. I'm assuming all of this part is Hercules Mulligan, but it could not be. This is Hamilton. Like, stuff changes character perspective a lot very quickly. So this could be jumping between Hamilton and then Mulligan and then Lawrence, but they didn't say Lawrence's name, and back to Mulligan and they said Mulligan's name again. I don't know, but I'm assuming this is all just like a straight Mulligan's flow, right? And so if that is the case, that would be dope. getting more mulligans would have been cool. I feel like Mulligans definitely got the short end of the stick of their little initial group. I feel like Lafayette got more time to shine. Lawrence also gets more time to shine and like a big death scene. And then Burr is like literally, he's the main antagonist of the musical. So it's obviously he gets his time to shine. And Alex is the protagonist. So he obviously gets his time to shine. But I feel like Mulligan's kind of gets the short end of the stick, which is also why I'm glad that Oak also got another character who gets his time to shine in the second half. But with that being said, this feels like it gives Mulligan a little more to do and a little more presence in this song. Not a little more, a lot more presence in this song. And so that's dope.
Throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am Hercules Mulligan, a tailor spying on the British government. I take the measurements, information, and then I smile.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Another reason I think that this whole section is Hercules Mulligan is not just because like its book ended with Hercules Mulligan and please Hercules Mulligan at the end, but because Lynn's voice drops down from the parts with Alex, which is like more high falsetto-y, kind of like squeaky. That's a bad word for it, but like hopefully you get what I'm saying. It's in a higher register in his range. And then this section, like halfway through the chorus, he drops down, and I'm assuming that's him switching into Mulligan. And then in this section, it stays in that lower register. And I'm thinking, does that make sense? Like he's voice acting is what I'm saying. Alex's section is the high section, and then Mulligan's section is the lower section.
Up to my brother's revolutionary covenant. I'm running with the sons of liberty, and I am loving it. Britain is hustling and bustling, and we are suffering, so we started tea party tussling. We knocked the stuffing out of any English muffin kid. You know my Irish temper hotter than an oven get. The king is huffing and puffing, but he just bluffing it. That big bad British wolf ain't blowing nothing in. This British soldier, he tried to hand me a sum of shit. I cursed his mother, turned around to wipe my butt with it. I'm only joking, but you see.
That's another not chocolate ice cream emoji that got censored out of the song because that didn't make it into the initial part of this made it into Yorktown. None of this made it into Yorktown, which means that's another not it word that got cut on the chopping block. Very interesting. Also, this had 1,000 of those words in the original version. So, interesting which ones they kept and didn't keep.
Irish temper hotter than an oven get. The king is huffing and puffing, but he just bluffing it. That big bad British wolf ain't blowing nothing in. This British soldier, he tried to hand me a sum of shit. I cursed his mother, turned around to wipe my butt with it. I'm only joking, but you see how deep the trouble get. They take our money, then expect us to put up with it. And hungry as a brother get. I be seeing colors, man. Soon I have a screaming, please, Hercules Mulligan. Please stop shoving them, squabbling and scuffling. Jesus, please, we've had enough punishment. Everywhere you go, your man Hamilton's been hovering. You and your brothers got us stuck and running for cover, man. Well, that's what happens when you up against the ruffians. We in the shit now, somebody gotta shovel it. Hercules Mulligan needs no introduction, and you knock me down, I get the fuck back up again. I am not throwing away my.
Okay, so yeah, they took the initial part and the end part from this and moved it to Yorktown. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in Yorktown. So it's definitely made it into the musical is the point. If I said the wrong song, sorry, but it made it into the musical. So all of the middle part got cut out. But that's what happens when you're up against the ruffians. Now somebody got to shovel Hercules. I really like the accentuated nature of some of these like internal rhymes to like really drive it home. One of these, he's like, please Hercules Mulligan, accentuating the E internal rhyme between please and Hercules. And then there was, hold on. And then this section right here with okay, crap. I put the thing over it. Please stop shoving them, squabba, Lynn, and scuffa, Lynn. Like he adds the extra emphasis on the initial S sound of all of these words here. So it helps people who aren't familiarized with the different word tricks and techniques that he is using pick up on the fact that like he is not just stringing a bunch of words together. And I think that's really dope. Rip to that section. I think this whole section here would have been, they should have just made My Shot 7 minutes long. That's all I'm saying. It would have worked. It would have worked. I can't think of what's right here in this part that they cut out because I don't know where in the song this would have been, but I don't feel like this would have hurt the song. And or they could have just added this to Yorktown. That would have worked too. Like they could have just ripped this whole verse out of My Shot, added to Yorktown, made Yorktown. How long is Yorktown now? Like 4 minutes long. So made Yorktown 4.5 minutes long, or 5 minutes long. I wouldn't have complained. You wouldn't have complained. It would have worked. So yeah, rip to that. I disagree with this decision because this is actually fire. But overall, pretty dope.
Round to wipe my butt with it. I'm only joking, but you see how deep the trouble get. They take our money, then expect us to put up with it. And hungry as a brother get. I be seeing colors, man. Soon I have a screaming, please, Hercules, Mulligan. Please stop shoving them, squabbling and scuffling. Jesus, please, we've had enough punishment. Everywhere you go, your man Hamilton's been hovering. You and your brothers got us stuck and running for cover, man. Well, that's what happens when you up against the ruffians. We in the shit now, somebody gotta shovel it. Hercules, Mulligan needs no introduction. And you knock me down, I get the fuck back up again. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Everybody sing. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is he saying boo or woo or what is that extra that is whatever? I don't care. He brought back the past the course. I don't know how to say that word. I don't know how to. What he named the song that? So dumb. He could have said pass me the alcohol. It would have been so much simpler. Ugh. Anyway. Besides the point. I like that they brought that back. The reference that I was talking about before. Yes, it does make me want to rise up, very much so. The descending, like, I don't even know what that ad lib is. It sounds like woo or boo or something. I don't know. It's definitely caught me off guard. I wonder who he planned to have do that. Because, like, obviously he's doing all of the parts here now himself. If that would have been an ensemble thing, if that would have been a specific, like, named character who's doing that, I don't know. But it's interesting.
When is it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought of...
Okay, interesting. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there is a slight difference in the flow of his lines in this section. I heard it earlier too, but I didn't care as much earlier, so I didn't say anything about it. But here it feels different. Like the flow that he settled on later, and I don't have the words to describe it in a technical way right now, so sorry about that. If somebody wants to like sit and type it in a more analytical way, then please do leave that in the comment section. I'll read it. I'll pass it on to other people so they'll get what I'm saying more. But the timing of his rapping here is ever so slightly different, and it's not better. Is the way in which the words glide into each other in I wish I could explain this better. The way in which he says this section in the final version feels more introspective. This feels more like happy. It's kind of like a bouncy nature. It doesn't have the same bite to it because it doesn't feel as tragically I don't know how to word what I'm thinking right now. There's a certain level of macabre to this section in the original song that in the final version of this song that this original version is lacking, and part of it is like the actual like tonation of his voice, but part of it is the cadence of this section here. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go back and see if like I can think of like a more technical way to explain it, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Hopefully you can at least hear that there's a difference between, let's start there. Hopefully you can hear that there's a difference between the delivery of this song and, well, this same song, but like the eventual version of this song and this song. And if you can, then hopefully you understand what I'm saying, that like energetically, that shift is important. The change that they made there makes this section more tragic and in turn more impactful, which heightens the intensity of this song.
When is it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we let.
I think maybe he's too on the beat. That sounds crazy, but in a lot of different rap flows, there's a intentional drag to it, like where you are a half step, a quarter step, whatever, behind the actual beat or in front of the beat or whatever. And all of that gives it a different feel, a different emotion. And I think my issue with this, other than the fact that he sounds like giggly at certain parts of this, is that it's too on beat. There's a certain drag to the other one that gives it a more somber feel. Not that he is necessarily sad, which I would argue that he is. I don't know if he's self-aware enough of that to realize that what he's saying is depressing, but we as the audience interpret the emotion of it as darker when it's not so chipper feeling with it being right on beat. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. Hopefully you get the point. The point is my brain interprets this emotionally differently. It doesn't feel as dark. It doesn't have the same bite to it as the version that we eventually get. So yeah, shout out to them for that change, because I like that section. Now, granted, the lyrics are still the same here, so I still would have liked this section if this is the version that we got, but the version that we got is better, is what I'm saying. It's better. It's better, okay? It's the hotter sister.
What did he say?
I don't know what you want me to say, okay? There's two twins. One of them is a good person. The other one is a supermodel. What do you want me to say? Okay, I'm just saying, okay? So, that's a terrible joke. I'm so sorry. It makes me sound so shallow.
That is correct.
Whatever. You get the point. Let's continue.
Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we laugh. Reach for a flask. We have to make this moment last, and that's plenty. Scratch that. This is not a moment, it's a movement. Where all the hungriest brothers with nothing to prove went. Foes oppose us, we take an honest stand and roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? Or will the blood we shed begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants? I know the feeling in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting and passionately smashing every expectation, every.
Okay, so different instrumentation. There's like a build up there. Hold on. So I think it's an orchestral build up. What instrument is that though? Why brain? Hey, I need you to like get with the program, my guy.
That's plenty. Scratch that. This is not a moment, it's the movement. Where all the hungriest brothers with something to prove went. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states with the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting and passionate smashing every expectation.
So do you feel the difference there? Like if you can't hear it, do you at least feel it? It's the buildup there is so important and makes this next section, I'm past patiently waiting. That whole section that continues there hits so much harder because of the instrumentation buildup that we have there. That whole crescendo there is like so important. It's so important to the energetic feel of that section. And so this here, not having it, is fine. But it's better with it. Like that's why he changed it. So yeah. This song was really good before, and he turned it into a masterpiece, is what I'm saying. And so these changes that he's made, especially in this song, I absolutely stand by all of them. I didn't make them, obviously, but I stand by them on his behalf because they're so much better.
Vengeance in depth with no defendants. I know the feeling in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting and passionately smashing every expectation. Every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. For the first time, I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. Whoa, 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 yeah.
Okay, that was super fun. I had so much to say about that. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to edit this down. Well, okay, I'll put a long version up on Patreon because y'all know how I do. But for YouTube, I'm gonna have to edit this down. Wow, you hear that voice break? That's how long I've been talking about this. This was insane. This video got way too long, but I had so much fun. So no regrets. Felt like I was in the room where it happened, just being able to see the changes that were made. I was a fly on the wall in greatness, seeing the different creative choices that he made, and I feel like 98% of them I either completely understood or completely agreed with. It was like a little 2%. It was a little 2% that was like, dog, what happened here? But yeah, overall, really good. Some of the changes, like especially like in the workshop stuff, some of those changes like weren't that big, but in the demo, also I got to hear like the whole demo song, and it wasn't like a compilation, so there could have been more changes in the other stuff. I don't know, but from what I saw, from what I heard, from what was in the video, the demo had more pronounced changes in it, which makes sense. It's a demo. I don't know what a workshop is, but I know what a demo is. And so workshopping is like where maybe I know what a workshop is. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna wait for y'all to comment and educate me, and I might be right. What I think a workshop is might be right. But regardless, I know what a demo is, obviously. And so seeing the changes between the demo and the final version, just so interesting. So interesting. I want to be clear. I feel like the demo of that song is good. It's good. It's objectively good. There's no such thing as objectively good when you're talking about art and music, but it is. Okay, it's objectively good. But it got better. You gotta admit, it got better, right? It's better. A lot of the changes that were made, I feel like added to the depth of the song, the depth of the message, the depth of the emotion of the song. Very important. Very important. Especially because this might have been what the song sounded like when it was just a concept album. But then once you turn it into a musical, you gotta put some more on it. You feel me? Like it's more than just a song now. It's a moment. It's more than music. It's a moment. And so I feel like they did the moment justice with the changes that they made. Also, Lynn's vocal delivery is better. It's better in the actual musical version itself. On the soundtrack version, it's better. It's like he got better and the song got better. And so that heightened the song to a whole new level. Seeing the change of Mulligan's part, a lot of it got removed, and then the parts that didn't get removed got pushed to a whole other song, which I think, for me at least, shifts the song to being a Hamilton song, not Hamilton the musical, but like Alexander Hamilton song with cameos from other characters versus a song that is a multipolar song. And so I like that. I like My Shot being an Alex song with other people's perspective, like kind of jumping in. It makes all of that like internal monologue stuff that we got more impactful, because we see like his outward bravado and braggadocious nature in that first verse. We get a little bit of chime in from other people, and then oh, am I talking too loud? And then later we come back in with like additional deeper nuance on his thought process, which again is mostly still there in this version, but it's better. It's better. I don't know what you want me to say. It's better in the version that we eventually got. And so I think he ate that up. It was great. It was great. Creatively, the choices were amazing. The performance and delivery were amazing. I'm talking about like in the version we got. This version, again, still good. I don't want to like rip it to shreds, like I dislike it, but like again, hotter twin. Okay, I wouldn't be comparing y'all if y'all wasn't twins, but y'all are twins. I didn't make the decision to make y'all twins. That was your mama, or in this case, your daddy. And so blame him, not me. I can't help but compare the two, and when I compare the two, there's clearly a favorite child here. So yeah, overall, thank you so much for the changes that you made, Lynn. You did your thing on that one. Okay, you did your big one. Although rip Mulligan's part, I feel like we should have just moved the whole thing over to Yorktown, made Yorktown longer, and yeah, then I'd have basically no complaints. So very interesting Busta Rhymes reference there at one point that you removed. I get why you removed that, but also it did make me want to rise. Like, just overall, it was cool. I like this song. I like the song a lot, but I also love the other version. So now my headphones are jumping up. Whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. The emoji for this video, this is crazy. I'm just gonna it's me. I'm gonna twins. It's the twins. Type in twins, or like a Gemini sign. If you're a Gemini and you wanna use that twins, okay, you wanna rep your zodiac, that's cool. But the emoji for this video is twins, because that was a wild joke, and I'd stand by it. Okay, it's the hotter twin. What you want me to say? I can't think of any famous twins right now where one is like super like way hotter, but if you can think of some famous twins where one is way hotter, it's them. That's what these songs are. And so, or this is like on Everybody Hates Chris, where the younger brother is the hotter brother. Like, we like the older brother, but the younger brother, everybody agrees the younger brother is hotter. And in this case, the younger brother, which is the version that we eventually get in the musical of this song, is hotter. Okay, it's sexy. It's sexy. What you want me to say? So thank you so much for being a part of this weird, crazy, super long video. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. This has gotten insane. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I am. So thanks for being here. It means a lot. If you're seeing this, thank you so much for being here. I will hopefully see you on the next video. You have a great day. Peace.
Twilight, these skies no blues. A new love, but we know that it'll cruise like time in a queue. Wet shampoo, new bamboo. Much more of it will ensue. I'm caught in this trance in lieu of sinking down in the stew. You change up the brew, now life tastes so brand new. It's delicious like fondue. Under the moonlight tonight, stars and hearts shimmering. You illuminate who I am. You're a backlight, you are my midnight.